Hi everyone, welcome back to Music Talk 101. Today I have a great tip that I would like to share. This is something that I believe will streamline your productivity and allow you to put out more music. So if you are like me and use GarageBand as a way to record, every time you open a project and you create a project, that project is saved. And even after you've already distributed that song, you can go back and listen to that project. So what I've done over the course of time is because I do my own mixing, it gives me a chance to go back and listen to my own music also on the streaming services, and I can decide, hey, this was one of my better recordings and this is one of my better mixes. So what you can do, this is the tip I have, is that you can use that for your advantage. So go back into that project and open it up, and what you go to do is go up to your file and just hit select all and delete it. But what it does, it deletes that project so that you can start a new song. So all you have to do at that point is decide what instruments to use, and that mix will be the same as the one that you had released before. So if you had a song that you're like, wow, I put that out, sounds incredible, I really like the mix, you can actually use that same mix to create a new song. So that is my tip for today, because it's a very powerful thing. I've started to do it myself. So like, for instance, one of my songs that did really well and I like the way it sounded, let's say it's in the heavy metal category and I want to do another heavy metal song. Well, then that project suits that new song that I'm working on. Now it'll be a different song completely, but it will still have that sound quality, and that's what you're looking for. You'll have all the same levels, all the same volume. Even if you like the guitar sound or the way the keyboard sounded, or even if you just like the way your vocals were clear or had just a certain sound that you liked. All of those things are stuff that is hard to capture. So once you do, if you've captured it before, then I highly suggest that you use that again. And like I said, after that project has been distributed, it stays on your computer and, on GarageBand, and you can go open it right back up. Just delete that song, but it'll leave you with the framework to do your next song, and you'll already have the mix. So basically you just record a whole new song on that old mix and it's done. Now you can tweak it at the end, because the new song might have a little bit of a different vibe or sound. You may want it to sound a little bit sharper, a little bit flat, or you may want to change, the vocal parameters, more delay, less delay, stuff like that. But the basic format, your EQ and everything is already set. So you can adjust it, but you still want to kind of capture the sound of the old song, especially if it was a really good mix, because it's very hard to get a good mix. You can go back and listen to your catalog, and if you're the independent artist, whether or not you did a good mix. So that is my tip for today. I hope you guys will use that in your music. And the reason why I think it streamlines things is because it's so much faster. Because if you release a song and it come out today and you want another song out next week, after you've already heard that song and you're like, wow, I really like that mix, you could immediately go on there, delete that old song, start rewriting a whole new song on that new project, and boom, after you've recorded it, it's basically ready to go. You could send that one off and have it out the next week. So I think using this technique, to me, is the number one way to be productive and to keep dropping songs as quickly as possible. Now, if you start doing a song that's something completely different and it's going to have a different sound than any of the stuff you've done before, like let's say you only had one song out and you like the sound, but you're going to be doing something totally different, like a country song, then this wouldn't work. But if you have a large enough catalog and you use GarageBand and you have a lot of files that you can go back and check, just go through each one of them and decide, hey, I love the way this sounded, and then decide the song that you're getting ready to create will this fit that sound? And if it does, boom, like I said, all you have to do, hit select all, delete that project, and you already have the mix. So after you've recorded everything, it's basically done and ready to be sent out. So this is a huge deal. So I hope you guys are able to use this. Please like, share, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't. I appreciate all of you guys' support, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.